Welcome to the Jack and Pat podcast. This is going to be episode 8. Episode 8 of the podcast.
You put such a big emphasis on it.
It's episode 8. Well, last week I said it was, last episode I said it was episode 6, but it was really episode 7. I had some doubts then, and then I realized it was 7, so I want to get this right today.
Nobody's listening to this anyway, so.
So it's episode 8, and we are going to do, our episode is, how excited are you for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the Harry Potter spin-off. It takes place 70 years before Harry Potter. And
it's a prequel, right?
Yeah, we'll also be doing a retro review, but let's start off with our, how excited are you for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? Well, it's not really a prequel. It's just like a different story. It's a story within the world. It just takes place 70 years before.
Okay, all right.
So how excited are you?
How excited?
That is the $1 million question. Let's start off.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. At first, I was not that excited. You know, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Don't get me wrong. But at first, I was really only a Harry Potter fan. Like I've read some of other J.K. Rowling's books, and I don't know.
She
they
have
weren't
other
really
books?
Yeah. She made a couple of other books after Harry Potter that have to do with like a wizarding world, kinda, but it's not really like.
But this
magic book.
She wrote the screenplay to this movie.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I think at first I wasn't really, but then I just saw right before I watched this. I mean, right before we're doing this, I saw the music video.
The music video.
What the fuck? I'm tired as hell, man. But this is what college does to you. No, but I saw the trailer for it, and you know what? I'm really excited now. It looks like it's going to be a really, really good movie. I was surprised that they actually included terms from Harry Potter, like muggles and stuff like that.
Well, if you notice, in America, they're called no mages. And in England...
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, because she said in the trailer, she's like, did you wipe his memory or whatever? And she's like, he's a no mage. And she's like, what? And she's like, no magic. And he said, oh, we call them muggles. So
he's from England.
Yeah, he's from England, and in America they have a different wizarding thing.
So what the hell is he doing? What do you think he's doing?
He got expelled from Hogwarts, and he has a box. He has a
really?
Yeah, he has a briefcase with Fantastic Beasts inside of it, and they escape.
That's cool.
In New York, yeah.
But yeah, do you think we'll see anything like the Dementors and stuff like that?
No, because the Dementor. I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I used to hate it when I was younger.
Why?
I don't know. I rebelled. When I was little, I watched them.
You must be
I watched
mainstream.
the first
like you
3,
don't want to be like.
And then
you must have been like.
I caught a couple on TV every now and then, but recently I watched all 8. Like in 3 days, I watched all 8, and I actually enjoyed them. I mean, I don't love them, but with the Dementors, they're only in Azkaban, if I'm right. They're from Azkaban because they were looking for Sirius Black.
But is that from? Are they? You know, I never really completely understood.
I don't know if the Dementors are in other like magical prisons. And I'm not sure. I don't know the whole lore and everything. I know Dementors and stuff like some. I just want to ask you, what's your favorite Harry Potter movie? I just wondering.
My favorite Harry Potter book or movie?
This podcast doesn't talk about books.
I'm gonna probably either go with 3 or 6. I like both of them.
One? I know 3 was A Prisoner of Azkaban, but what was the 6th?
Half-Blood Prince.
Oh yeah, those are my 2 favorites.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's between Azkaban and Half-Blood Prince. I've heard a lot of people like the Goblet of Fire, but
not the movie. Nobody liked the movie. I don't even consider that to be.
Well, it was like Robert Pattinson dies, and then the good part about that movie, he gets rejected by whatever her name is, the Asian girl. She's like,
what's her name?
She puts him in the friend zone.
Cho Chang.
Yeah, she puts him in the friend zone, and then the good part about the movie is the end with Voldemort when he finally comes on. It's the first Voldemort without being on the back of that guy's head, which was in this Chamber of Secrets. Which we could probably agree that Chamber of Secrets was the worst movie, right?
Oh yeah.
It was 2 hours and 45 minutes long, and it sucks.
Yeah, it was not. It was not that good.
Yeah, I don't like
Well,
Chamber.
to be fair, I don't think 4 is that far behind.
Oh no, the
but
Chambers. He was in the first one, Voldemort. Chamber of Secrets with the giant snake, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. With the book, where he stabs the book with the
Oh
tooth.
yeah. That was old Dumbledore's final movie. Then he died, and then they can't recast him.
In the second movie, he sounds like this. And then the third one, he's dead.
And then it's a new Dumbledore. But
Yeah, it's
Fantastic
Dumby.
Feats. So like I said, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. You know, I enjoy I enjoy most of the movies, but I don't know what it is. But I'm really looking forward to this movie. I can't explain it.
Same.
I wasn't.
Same.
First,
I wasn't at all either.
First trailer, okay. With every trailer, I was like more intrigued, and then this last trailer, I don't know what it was. It got me excited for it. I guess I like the Beasts. I like Eddie Redmayne. I'm a fan. I like Dan, whatever his name is, the fat guy. Not that I'm fat shaming. I'm just trying for the guy with the no mage, the Muggle, who has the egg. He's like, hey Englishman, I got your egg, or something like that. I like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, hopefully it will be good. You know what? I think it should be okay. I mean, is this based off of a book?
No,
I don't remember.
She wrote like, I think this is not based. She didn't write a book for this. She just wrote the screenplay.
Seriously. All right. Well, then you know what? Then it's not like she has to. She could be creative with this because she doesn't have to follow a movie. I mean, a book like in the Harry Potter
But
stuff.
she wrote the book, so.
I know, but it's so many years after or before. I think it gives her room to be more creative.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. We'll see. What is it rated? PG-13?
Yeah. So PG-13.
Okay. All right.
It looks more adult than the Harry Potter movies. Like the Harry Potter movies got more adult as they went on. I think Prisoner of Azkaban was the first one that got sort of used those themes, and then they kind of went back a little for like the Goblet of Fire, there were people dying and shit. But like the Deathly Hallows was pretty dark. Both those movies, both in composition, like the shots were everything was very dreary and dark, and the tone of the movie was more dark than like the first one, which was like almost a kids movie. So
it was rated PG. It wasn't rated PG-13.
Yeah, well, the first
because
they kind of grew up with how when the characters grow up, the kind of themes and everything grew with them.
Mm-hmm.
But
now, did you read the Harry Potter
No, I
books?
didn't read any of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like Harry Potter's is like my out of all like the nerd stuff. Probably Lord of the Rings is my least. I enjoy some of them, but I'm just not the biggest fan. Then
How
it's
are
like
you not a Lord of the Rings fan? I don't
Harry
get
Potter
that.
is like okay, and then like once you get to the superhero stuff, that's my jam. Plus, Star Wars and Star Trek. So those are my things.
Quick thing. I know it's a little bit off topic, but we have a comic book store. The comics, you kind of reminded me. The comic book store by me closed down, so I can't get comics or anything anymore. Very sad. All right, sorry.
You could use Comixology. It's online comics.
Yeah, that's not the same. You need turning the pages.
Well, I read my new DC on Comixology. I mean, I only buy hardcover comics when they get into omnibuses, so I can when they're bound. So I don't usually buy single issues comics. When they finish their runs and they make it into a book, that's when I.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's our excitement level toward Fantastic Beasts. I guess we're really looking forward to it. From a really big Harry Potter fan and from a not so big Harry Potter fan, we're both looking forward to the movie, and that's what we have to say about that. Now we're gonna go on to our retro review for today, and that's gonna be Star Trek 2009, J.J. Abrams reboot of the original Star Trek series, featuring all new actors and familiar roles like Captain Kirk and Uhura, Spock, Chekhov, R.P. Anton, Sulu, and all those great guys. So, so he took his way into the reboot was to change the timeline almost. Like Spock goes back into a black hole, and it changes the whole timeline. Kirk,
with
Kirk's
Nero.
dad dies on the USS Kelvin, and
Hey, that is Thor.
yes, it
Did
is.
anybody
It's
pick
Chris
that up?
Hemsworth.
I hope everybody picked that out.
And he destroys Vulcan. He blows that shit up. So
That's so sad.
So yeah, he took a whole. He was very. They were very creative in explaining why the reboot was happening. So it's still part of Star Trek lore, like the canon, but it's just it's alternate universe. So I like how they did that. They didn't just reboot and just tell the story again or different. So because all of the shows are in, it's like a whole canon. All the shows exist with each other. So what is your thoughts on Star Trek 2009?
Okay. I am a huge fan of the Star Trek reboots. I'm just putting it out there. Ever since the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, this is... I didn't see any Star Trek movies or even seen the show, besides like every few episodes or so, before seeing it for the first time on the big screen, the reboot. And I was just blown away by it. I thought special effects were amazing, a great cast, very underrated cast for that matter at first, because Chris Pine and all of them, they weren't that big before Star Trek, Well,
some of them, like Zoe Saldana was pretty, like there were some, but
yeah, there were some, but they weren't like their careers. This really took their careers off to a whole new level. I think it was just great. The storyline for that movie is spectacular. I was a little bit confused, but we were younger when I first saw it, so I was a little bit confused with the whole time difference thing like that. But you know what? After seeing it 8 bajillion times, I literally saw that movie one time this summer. Around 4 times in 1 week I saw that movie. When I was just bored, I was like, let me just see the
4th of July, I watched it with the director's commentary. That was my 4th of July.
And it was good,
right?
I
liked watching with director's commentary. But I really liked how they, the whole alternate timeline thing. I think that honors the original series while continuing to tell new stories. And you had Leonard Nimoy back to play Spock Prime. And yeah,
that was great.
It was really cool.
That was.
And you gotta give props to the score, Michael Giacchino. His new Star Trek score, I love. So
yes, absolutely.
And the
soundtrack for that movie.
Yeah,
is
I like
spectacular.
all of the new cast. I think Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, I thought did a really good job as Spock. And
I like Zachary
Chris
Quinto.
Pine with his giant forehead. I'm a big fan of his. And
do you honestly? I don't think he has that big of a forehead. I didn't even notice.
I really like Zoe Saldana. I really like the whole cast, except my one problem with the film is Nero. I think he's just not a great villain.
Really? He's funny. You're right. I don't think he's a good villain, but his acting was kind of funny. Fire everything! He said.
He's just not memorable. He's just
Nero. There. He's you know what I heard one of my friends said, he is your very typical revenge villain, like, somebody wronged him, his whole world destroyed, and he wants revenge. You know what I'm saying?
All of them. Khan was about revenge, and what's his face in Beyond? What's his name?
Oh fuck, what's his name?
What is it? I totally forgot, but Crawl,
Crawl.
His whole thing is revenge too. Every Star Trek reboot villain plan is all about revenge. Nero for the destruction of Romulan, Khan for they freezed his whole crew, and then.
Well, no, I think Khan, what he wanted, I don't think he wanted revenge. I think he just wanted to get his people out of the thing so they could continue their work
totally
and
revenge,
destroy
Crawl was all about because the Federation left them on the planet.
Oh yeah, he was
and then he turned into whatever. I have to watch. I've only seen Beyond once, so I have to see that again. But so yeah, I really like what they did with Star Trek 09. I like the whole the cold open with the USS Kelvin crashing and
I like that,
Kirk's
yeah.
parents. I thought that was done really well, and I like how Kirk gets recruited into Starfleet with the whole bar fight, and then Pike is there. He recruits him. You know, I thought that was really good. And then the Kobayashi Maru scene where he's eating the apple and he beat the thing, and then Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry up. He's one of the people who's the trial for Kirk. He's the main guy. He's like the judge.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
you're right. He is. It's so funny. And
right.
Olsen, but we'll
Yeah. So I think
we'll,
it's mainly positive for Star Trek 09. We both love the movie, and that was our retro review of Star Trek 2009, the reboot. And now we're gonna do a special. We haven't done this since our Game of Thrones days. A Frank from Ant-Man relating to Star Trek 09. Frank from Ant-Man, and our Frank from Ant-Man is Olsen, who dies on the drill thing. He gets sucked. His parachute.
Well, he doesn't.
Parachute.
No,
because he waits till too late to open his parachute. Yeah.
Pull his parachute, yeah, and he gets sucked up into that.
He's an idiot.
Beam of energy. No, you know what? He's only he's like Porkins. He's only in the movie for
Speaking
about
of Porkins,
10 seconds.
Sorry, I'm getting off Olsen to go to Porkins, but Porkins is also a Frank from Ant-Man all the time. I want to buy this bust. It's a bust of Porkins for like $130. He has like a gun, and it's him. It's Porkins. It looks. I want to get it so bad. Are you kidding me?
We should get it. We should buy it and then put it on like. I don't know. Oh, we should put it on top of your piano where our studio is for the podcast. I feel like that would be a good place for it.
I just love Porkins.
All right, let's go back to Olsen. Our light is on Olsen right now. Yeah, again, he's a funny character in that movie. You know, he's in it for 10 seconds. Everybody's like, Olsen, pull your shit. He's like, I got this.
Doesn't they say something when they're in the shuttle going down? What is he?
He's like, I can't wait to kick some Romulan ass.
Oh, poor
and
Olsen.
then he dies.
So yeah, Olsen's our Frank from Ant-Man from Star Trek. Yes, I just want to shout out. I did a review of Deepwater Horizon and Joe Crest, the original Frank. Check that out. The original Frank from Ant-Man is in it. I forgot to say that in my.
Oh my God, that was insane.
I forgot to say that in my review. So just check out Deepwater Horizon. Look out for Joe Crest. And I want to throw some shade at Tim Brewster. He commented on one of our videos saying that fan is a pretty strong word. And that really pissed me off. So, yeah.
Show yourself, Tim Brewster.
For that, Tim Brewster, I'm not going to give you any more plugs anymore. You're kind of being a dick. So, and I just want to say fuck BP again. I said that in my Deepwater Horizon review, but fuck BP,
fuck what?
British Petroleum. So, all right, that was the Jack and Pat podcast, episode 8. Tim Brewster can go fuck himself. No, I'm just kidding. But he's not.
Pat, our other 3 viewers are being
I know. I'm sorry,
language
but
right now.
That really annoyed me. I rubbed me the wrong way. So this is episode 8 of the Jack and Pat podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Jack and Pat podcast. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/the Jack and Pat podcast. Check out my movie reviews on the Jack and Pat podcast YouTube channel.
Check them out.
Be coming to more. I'm doing the New York Film Festival. I'm gonna see I'm talking too fast. I'm gonna be seeing a bunch of films. So check that out. It's gonna be smaller films probably. So you fuckers probably don't care.
Little indie
but
films.
Yeah. All right, so that, this is the Jack and Pat podcast, episode 8. For all your movie reviews and main episodes of the Jack and Pat podcast, keep listening, watching, and fuck BP.